Energy is probably the biggest single infrastructure problem that Nigeria faces today. A population of over 180 million people, generating only about 5 gigawatts of electricity. The projected electricity needs for the country in the short to medium term will be 15 to 20 gigawatts of electricity. So you can imagine we are generating only about a quarter of what is needed, basically to run the country and keep it going. And this is where Seplat actually comes in, because we have taken a strategic decision to produce gas, natural gas, into the domestic market. I've increased our production at least 8-fold, from about 60 million scoff of gas a day back in 2012. Now we're doing over 400 million scoff of gas a day into the domestic market. In energy terms, that accounts for about 1.6 gigawatts of electricity out of the current 5,000 watts of electricity generated.
We are now the biggest indigenous domestic supplier as Seplat of gas. So, it's a major contribution to the very large energy gap there. It means we can both contribute to the industrialization and growth of the Nigerian economy, but through adding to the volume of energy in the marketplace, allow more consumer access as well. For a country like Nigeria with massive urbanization, gas is a central part of the answer.
You can't reduce poverty, you can't improve education outcome, you can't reduce child and maternal mortality rates, you can't increase productivity if people don't have access to modern energy. And therefore, I think it was wise that the SDG actually identified that energy is very important. And as a country, the extent to which that has been successful is debatable. And it's also very clear that government alone will not just be able to do it. There has to be a partnership with the private sector.
Companies are increasingly aligning their business with the SDGs for sort of two sets of reasons. There's a minimum or threshold set, which is that their different stakeholders are asking it of them. They're seeing pressure from shareholders, customers, but also employees, all of whom want to know that they're engaged with a good company. But there's also a more ambitious, if you like, reason which is starting to emerge, which is as companies start to think imaginatively about the SDGs, it's opening their eyes to whole new business segments. So a company like Seplat, which began with very much an export focus for oil, now finds there is a huge domestic market for gas, which aligns completely with that SDG of affordable energy access for all.
We hire people who have the willingness not just to work, but to develop their capacity. And we help them develop their capacity, give them increasingly more complex jobs to do as they develop their capacity. In that process, in the past 8 years, we've built companies that are well-structured, employing people and rendering services to us. Again, it's a symbiotic relationship that works for both of us.
My journey at Seplat started 6 years ago. My day-to-day role involves monitoring the process of transporting crude from the reservoir to the final sales point.
Seplat provides a lot of training programs, both on the job training, competency training, development training, safety training, and that has really helped me a lot to really do my job very well. I'm more confident and competent on the job.
So that when we bring them in, we're not just hiring people from within the community, we're hiring people to contribute to the development of the company and the business we do. So in addition to our critical infrastructure interventions that lead to construction of roads and other infrastructure projects, we've run 2 critical health programs. The I Can See, which involves us using consultants and specialists to run eye checks on ordinary indigent members of those communities. and where the need arises, carry out surgeries to take out cataracts and bring otherwise blind people back to sight.
I can see program I've been here for the past 5, 6, 7 years ago.
When I hear Seplat, they come and they say that they cure eye.
And eye that is sitting, I've also benefited more than 3 times. They test my eye and they see that there's cataract in my eye. They took me to the theater and they operate my eye. The next day, they open it, I started seeing immediately.
And we have carried out over 5,000 surgeries also over the same period, and giving out thousands of glasses to those who need it. That intervention has given us enormous benefits in the community. As I said, we have practically brought sight to those who were not seeing. We also have the intervention program for pregnant women, the Safe Motherhood program.
I was one of the first beneficiaries when they came at the year 2012. Then I was few months pregnant. On getting there, some of the people there, they gave health talks, and I really benefited from it.
Seplat Motherhood program has helped us a lot. Those kids that they give to us help us when we are going for clinic. Many things are found inside, especially the mosquito nets. It helps us to protect our baby after delivery.
Over this period of time, we've seen over 16,000 female patients, pregnant women, and over 1,600 children that require vaccination. So between these two programs of eye checks and safety and health of pregnant women, we've really gone very deep in affecting the communities where we operate.
We're adding to our set of programs new ones around entrepreneurship in the Delta, because we do want to contribute to the diversification of that economy to make it less dependent on oil and gas. Build the brand of Seplat as a Nigerian company returning value to the communities of the Delta where it is operating. And that has brought us, peace in terms of much less disruption and much more acceptance of our operations from local communities than the previous generation of international oil companies enjoyed. And it means keeping in mind the goals of Nigeria as a developing country, one with huge social and economic problems to tackle, and making sure that we are, as much as we possibly can be, always part of the solution and not part of the problem.